Nothing goes according to plan. This was almost like an emergency.
Don't go as you want. It is what it is. We don't choose we're gonna have a boy or girl. I wasn't good enough. You just have to go with the flow. Could be yours. So we're just gonna get into today's video. Look at Dominic.
The life of parents, guys.
The first question is, Naka, what was the most difficult thing after giving birth? For me, it was getting used to life with Giovanni, just like everything. And also, it was, I want to say, like sleeping on my back. I got so tired of sleeping on my back. I just wanted to sleep on my stomach.
You used to love to sleep.
Yeah.
I remember it was a big deal. It was like a big milestone. It was a big event. You know, that was happening.
I would
like,
cry. I would cry. Like, I don't want to sleep on my back.
And you couldn't too because of the scar at the beginning. So it was only like after it healed a little bit, you could finally. I remember the first night that you stepped on your stomach or like side stomach-ish. Yeah. You were so excited.
Oh my God. I don't even know why. Like, why was it such a big deal? Because like now I sleep on my back all the time now.
You do, yeah.
So I just.
It's like in life, sometimes when you can't do something, you want to do something. Like Gio, he knows he can't do something, he's going to want to do it. He knows he can't, it's dangerous to go try to open the cupboards. Yeah. He wants to open the cupboard.
It's a Naka, but you're part of this journey too. What about you?
I think seeing you heal was definitely like the hardest part, to see you recover, to see everything that we were both going through. But I think it built us so strong.
Gio, Gio, what's going on? Oh, you want Dada?
Who is it, Gio?
Okay.
What is it?
He wants to answer the question. Another thing was, I felt like I wasn't good enough. Not good enough, but it's like, am I doing enough? Am I like, you know, like, is Gio eating enough? Always being worried, like, is he healthy? Is he good? Is he this? Is he that? Like, and I was so limited to, you know, getting up and stuff. It was just adapting to everything. That was really hard for me.
Yeah, I think the adapting to everything that was new, that it was the first time for both of us, right?
Yeah, mainly mates the recovery. Oh,
yeah.
Too much. L is for love.
What was the most important thing when you were trying to conceive? We actually received this question a lot. For those of you who've been following us for a while, you know that our trying to conceive journey was a journey, to say the least. And what we learned throughout the journey was the most important thing to know is your ovulation. And we're so thankful that we're able to figure out that that was important key that was missing. What is this? And this is where thermometer comes in.
Mates, it's the first smart ring that tracks your fertility, your ovulation, as well as your sleep. All of this is done through the app.
Not only that, but everything is done automatically with 99% accuracy to track your ovulation. It helps you conceive, it helps you with your fertility journey. Not only that, but can also give you suggestions how to deal and how to help with your menstruation cycle as well.
All you have to do is wear it whenever you're sleeping, and it tracks your basal body temperature.
For me, I like how it's nice, light, goes well with any accessories I wear. It's not doing the most, and as well as it's very comfortable.
Tracking ovulation, I know for me it was too much sometimes, so the fact that everything is done for me and I just get to check my app in the morning when I wake up, it's right at my fingertips. Amazing.
Boost your fertility by knowing your peak fertile days with 99% accuracy.
Another thing that I love is it tracks your sleeping, whether you're in deep sleep or light sleep, and then you get a quality score based on how your sleeping is.
It's for you if you want to, you know, take control of your body and know what's going on.
There's a lot of methods when you're trying to track your ovulation. You even take a thermometer to track your body temperature.
That's too much.
It does it all by itself while you're sleeping. One thing that's super nice is that you get a 1-year warranty and you get a 30-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee. So you can definitely purchase with confidence.
Something that I recommend is to know your ovulation cycle when you ovulate. That way, if you want, you know, you can put it in your little calendar. The ring does all of that through the app. So all you have to do is take your phone, look, oh, I'm ovulating.
And you have to know and understand how your body works.
We're definitely going to use a thermometer ring for baby number 2.
You gotta plan ahead, guys. So don't forget to click the link in the description down below
and get yourself a thermometer ring.
How do you manage to raise an infant or baby as new parents? What challenges do you meet?
You gotta wing it.
There's a lot of challenges. I think also knowing that there's no book, there's no thing that you could read that makes you think that you're an expert or you're a pro. You just have to experience it. Of course, as a first-time parent as well, there's a lot of things, everything is new, right? So you just have to experience everything by yourself. And every baby is different, right? So you gotta do what's best for your baby, not what it says in the book or what you read online or whatever, right? So you have to adapt very quickly to the situation, and you have to learn and try to understand your baby, I think. If you do everything with the intention of love and that you love your child, you're doing an amazing job, right?
Like, don't be hard on yourself.
I think a lot of new parents are too hard on themselves, and like they stress or they worry that this and that. As a first-time parent, you're so paranoid, you're so like on the edge about a lot of things. As time goes by, you learn learn. I think a lot of parents need to also trust their child, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something that you need to learn is to learn to trust them.
And don't compare your child to someone else,
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
Don't compare your child's milestone to someone else. Like, don't do
that's
that.
true.
Do not compare. Give your child time hitting the milestones. Like, I see a lot of people in the comments, oh, Jill's already standing and walking. My baby's like 12 months and they're still not walking. Guys,
fine,
everyone is different. Every child is different. Some kids walk at 18 months. Some kids, you know, they do this and that. So just don't compare, you know?
They're on their own journey. They're on their own milestones, right? Their own adventures.
Yes, right, Gio?
Managing your baby with your partner, the best thing, you have to communicate. There's a lot of times, and you have to communicate what could be better, communicate what is hard. Oftentimes your baby's gonna go to bed before you at night, right? So use that time. You could be like, yo, okay, like a little meeting, you know, like a little business meeting. Okay, like how was the day? What can we improve?
That's
what
what we do.
What would be better, you know, in terms of like what
Were
can
you
we make easy?
overstimulated today?
There's words we try not to use because, you know, like they have a very negative connotation.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can switch up those words because then you can make it more positive. You
Yeah,
know,
we
because
used
your
to.
tongue, was it the
power of the tongue?
The power of the tongue, you know, like the words you speak have affirmations and you put them into existence, right?
'Cause, like-
Communication is the most important, and understanding and giving your partner slack as well too, right? Like understanding that you're both in this together and it's not like one versus the other, and it's not as well too. I feel like a lot of times first-time parents, they almost like clock in, you know, like they're just like, oh, I spend this much time, so now you spend this much time. It's almost like in the wrestling, like you tap in, you go in the ring, and then you do your job or your shift, and then you switch, and you get a break. You know, like do things together as well too. It's not something that you keep track. Or you know, in your head you count score, like, oh, I did more. Like, no, like you're doing it together. It's not like you change this diaper, I change the next. Me and I could change diapers together all the time.
Yeah,
you know,
all together.
And like
that's what we started doing.
your child happens to go to the bathroom with you, well, change it. It's your child. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Don't be like, oh, I did it last time, so you do it.
Right?
No,
For
because
what?
that's how toxicity starts, and that's how, you know, you start to build resentment. You start to build passive aggressive tones against your partner because you feel like you do more than them and stuff. If you do feel like you do more, you communicate. You don't use the point system, right? All right, this one.
Where is it?
For your current pregnancy, are you going to do another C-section?
I sure am. There's a baby in
Is
here?
Blueberry in there?
No, I am not pregnant, guys.
But okay, let's make this question like just realistic. Of course, Naka is not currently pregnant. We'll
But
see what the
for-
future holds.
I'm
Every
not,
time
Gio.
we talk about sibling, Gio, this one.
He has something
but
to say.
How about you speak on the question?
Okay, Gio, we
What is
heard
it?
you.
How about you speak on this question? Are you going to have another C-section for the next pregnancy?
I'll see how it goes. I'm the type of person, I like to have like a birth plan, but then if things don't go a certain way, then I'm down for, you know, like C-section and stuff. With Gio, we wanted to do the whole home birth plan, natural thingy, but we're also ready for like a C-section. I'm not the type that's like, oh, I really want to do this. It is what it is, guys. Life comes at you fast.
That's
Things
the best
don't
plan.
go as you want. So it is what it is. It's whatever, you know, I have to do. I don't mind only doing C-sections, or, you know, I can try for, I don't know, I'm probably gonna get another C-section, mates. Knowing myself, I like how quick and easy it was. The recovery part was so hard, but I heard that the second C-section isn't as much, and I don't think we're gonna be having a lot of kids. So
I think you would know more what to expect as well in terms
Yeah.
of recovery, so you can kind of prepare it beforehand.
yeah,
This was almost like an emergency C-section, right? So it wasn't the same as, you know, if it's planned and
Yeah.
you've redone it as well. It's not the second time.
and my C-section scar, mates, is so cute. You can't
You
even
don't see it
mates
at all.
You can't even, I don't know, maybe it's because here a lot of people do C-sections, so they're like experts, but it's very low. I was worried. I was like, oh my god, I'm never gonna be able to wear bikinis anymore, mates. The bikinis are coming. It's gonna look too cute. But
I think it was
yeah.
better than what you expected. Like you
Yeah.
had this idea, this big fear in your head of what the C-section would be, and I think because it
Yeah.
wasn't that the second one it's an option. you
Yeah,
know?
because like obviously, you know, no one gets pregnant. They're like, well, I'm gonna have a C-section, you know. Well, I mean, me personally, I didn't do that. So of course, I would love to have a natural, well, not natural birth, but like a vaginal birth. But If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And I would be down for a natural birth. It is what it is. In the moments, like, one thing I've learned with birth is you can't really plan it. You just have to go with the flow.
You need like a plan A, B, C, D,
Yeah.
E, F, G. Like you need like so many different plans.
Yeah, and I'm really
this happens, right? It's not just one. And if you're too fixed on one,
oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And I'm really happy I was around a group of women that were like, yo, girl, you need to be open. It could go left, it could go right. The next pregnancy, it is what it is,
went upside
mate.
down.
Yeah. The next pregnancy, mate, it is what it is. We're gonna see how it goes. But I'm totally open. I'm not fixated on one type of birth. Guys, this question has been asked so much. For the next
I'm gonna need
baby,
a breather for this one.
are you trying for a girl or a boy? Me and Dominic are not really like that.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever we get. You know, obviously we would love to have a daughter, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not the type like, oh,
One
let's
or
keep
the
trying
other.
for a
Yeah.
girl. It is what it is. We don't choose, obviously, if we're gonna have a boy or a girl. If we have a girl next, that's wonderful. If it's a boy, that's wonderful.
just
you know.
as long as they're healthy. And I think that's what we learned throughout the first pregnancy as well, is that as long as our baby is healthy, that's the main important thing, right? You could want all these things, but like if they're not healthy, that doesn't even matter, right? Like let's just make sure that the birth goes okay, that they're healthy, because at the end of the day,
I was gonna say maybe the next baby we find out the gender when I give birth.
no gender.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yo, let us know how you guys feel about that. I know some people do that. What would you want to know the gender before?
No, what would you do? I wouldn't mind.
What would I do?
Yeah, I'd be down for that. Not knowing the gender.
I wouldn't mind because it's not an important thing.
Yeah,
you know?
like
I think that another thing that we learned throughout the process is that when you're trying to have a baby and the whole process of conceiving, the pregnancy and the birth, there's so many things that you want to plan, but nothing goes accordingly. To plan.
Yeah.
And you can try as much as you want, but most of the things,
Gio.
there's a lot of things out of the control that only God has the control over. Again, just the health is the most important.
Yeah. Aw, mate, it's just so sad. What advice would you give to someone who feels alone and unsupported? Aw, I'm sorry. So first of all, I would say that I think that in life we go through seasons, right? There's seasons where you're alone, seasons where you feel like, you know, you have so many friends and stuff. And I think that we have to understand that everything is a lesson. There's a lesson in everything. Sit yourself down and be like, what is this moment in my life trying to teach me, you know? Why do you feel alone? Why are you in this predicament, you know? For me, a lot of the times I felt alone because it's like I needed to change the group of people I was around, you know? I need to change my mindset. I need to change certain things about myself in order to be comfortable with myself. I remember when I was, I think 18 is when I started to like kind of feel alone, and I was like, okay, well, you know what? Let me start doing activities by myself. Since I already feel alone, let me start going to the mall by myself. Let me start enjoying my own company. And I did that. And then after a while, you start to enjoy your own company. So instead of like looking at it as the negative thing that you're by yourself, try to look at it as a good thing. At the end of the day, you don't need anyone but yourself in this. Well, okay, I'm seeing this as I'm married with my husband and son. But if you're alone in that moment, there's a reason why you don't need anyone else that doesn't want to be in your life, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I'd rather be alone by myself than be surrounded by a group of people that
don't have your best interests.
Don't have the best interests at heart. And when you need people, they're not there.
Use it as a growth season. Like Micah said, I always say it too, you have chapters, you have seasons in life, right? This season, this chapter, you can use it to learn about yourself, work on yourself as well. That way, when you love yourself, you're capable of loving others as well, right?
Exactly. And like, look at the decisions you made, the life choices you made that led you to be there. Make sure you don't make them again, is what I would say.
There's no lost relationship or no lost experiences in life. You just learn from everything, you know? There's no failures. You just keep learning. This one's going to escape. He's out for a run. He's out for a crawl. A stand up.
Gio, where you going, Gio?
Yeah, you know the expression, you build it and they will come, or you build yourself and they will come, right? So.
Ooh, yeah. See that, mate? Sometimes he lets go and starts to crawl. Look at this.
To stand. He's starting to like take steps.
To walk, to take little steps.
He's quick on the sides too. Quick little hide and seek with him.
Ooh, you see this? Yeah, this could be yours.